Hey everyone, Crypto Dynamic here. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin. It's been a few weeks since my last video, so obviously we've had some changes since then, and we're going to see what Bitcoin has been up to in the meantime. If you remember my last video, we talked about how Bitcoin was finishing up this ABC flat correction, and in particular, how we were looking at it finishing up this wave C, and it had to complete this 5-wave sequence on the wave C. So we're just wondering if it was going to be ending before wave A, being the running flat, or being an expanded or regular dipping below A. So we'll take a look at it. Before we do, make sure you head on over to my YouTube channel and check out all my videos. AstroSwap, that one was pretty popular, so I'm going to do a few more videos on that. So if you're interested, I'm going to throw in some instructions on how to do some of the swapping and things that you have to do between networks to make sure that you are ready for the DEX launch and the staking for the awesome APIs that they're just announced. So stay tuned for that. All right. One more quick thing before I get started. I just want to let you know that I'm doing these videos to be informative and help you guys out. And I just want to let you know that any of the patterns, that I'm talking about, the flat wave, flat corrections, the Elliott wave theory, all of these, they're not proprietary. They're nothing that I've created on my own, obviously. There's things that you can look up for yourself, and I encourage you to do it. Just like this flat correction, if you search Elliott wave flat correction, this is something that you can bring up and learn more about. And this information is out there. If you take a look at a flat wave that it's a 3-3 and then ends in a 5-wave pattern, just like that. So. And I also want to let you know that you feel free to comment. I'm encouraging open discussion with the community, so I'm open to hearing everything you guys have to say. So just want to let you know that it's nothing that I have a secret formula. It's just information that can help you. If anybody's out there saying that they're the only ones talking about this, they're probably just feeding you some BS. So. All right, enough of that. We're going to move on to the Bitcoin chart. All right, so like we said, we had at the time, and I've rewound time, which you can do in the software. And so this is back when I made the video. We had a 1, 2, 3 wave, and we were talking about Bitcoin finishing up a 3, 4, 5 to finish out that sequence. It was looking something like that, and I can just play how this and see how it played out. So we're expecting to see a dip or a bounce off of the 382, and what should we got? Up, and then that's where we're at now. So I'll just close that out. Like I said, when we're looking at this, sometimes candles can help us a little better because we can see where it wicked down to. So we see that it did wick and hit that 382, a little bit of a bounce and down. So looks like possibly we could be finishing out that 5-wave sequence. This little bounce here is not quite big enough to really have me convinced. But it could be, so we'll keep an eye if that is the end of it, and we're going to be heading up hopefully this weekend. The weekends are usually tend to be good price movement times, so I think we'll see what's going to happen here. And one thing I just wanted to show you while I was looking at the charts, obviously we look for different patterns and things in the past that can kind of give us hints of what might occur in the future. Never count on it exactly doing the same thing, but it's something that you can, just kind of see it. It's a possibility, right? So let me head back over to the candles. And when I was looking at previous corrections of Bitcoin, we see here that when Bitcoin corrects, we see a steep correction. And, some call this a crash. There's just a dip, but basically we see a pretty steep correction there. We've seen it once, twice. Once a few months ago we had one, and we're looking to finish one up here. So what can this tell us? So one thing I just noticed while I was looking at this was how much of this correction, what was the percentage of this correction? So I can take this measuring tool. I'm just measuring down here in this correction. You see right in the center of that square, if you can read that, it says 52%, and it moves as you go down, so it tells you the percentage of the movement. And we see that that finished up right about 53%. All right. So clicking again on the next one, I'm going to start at this is the longest candlestick here. So we see that from top to bottom, that was a 53% correction there. Pretty interesting, huh? Let's take a look at this one. So this consists of like two larger ones. So I'll just take that correction. And once again, we're right at 53%. So could that be telling us something for our correction here? All right, so let's take a closer look at it. All right, so if you take, like I said, if you take a look at these, most of them are preceded by a fairly large candlestick, not much larger than the larger ones before it, but you have a pretty good sized one, and then the big correction. And this is on the week chart, so that's within that week the price had dipped down that far, at 53%, right? Same here. Okay, so looking at this, where we are today, I'm just thinking maybe we have one more large candle to go, because we don't see anything to that magnitude for this correction, and we know we are in a correction, right? So that might mean that maybe this candle here would be the one that precedes the larger dip. So if that's the case, then possibly between this one and this week, we might see a 53% correction. And you're telling me to stop. You're yelling at your screen right now, aren't you? You hate me. Let's see, 53. That's $20,000 Bitcoin. So, and it's not to scare you, or just I'm just presenting a possibility, like always. This is not financial or trading advice. We just look at the different things it could do. So if it does dip, you just have to be prepared. You might want to think about not panic selling, because we are expecting a wave 5. So, I mean, if you hang on for a few weeks, maybe it'll take off again, right? So it's just, maybe give you some peace of mind that you might expect a dip. So if you expect it and it's going to occur, then you might not have it pulls the emotions out of the crypto trading, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that. And that would mean that our flat here, our flat ABC correction, would actually be the expanded or the irregular. So I'll just draw that out real quick. So like I said, there is the bottom, the A, and then the expanded or regular would be dropping down like that. So, I mean, it's a possibility. Like I said, we knew it was a possibility that this flat correction could be a running or a regular. So I think time will tell here, obviously, in a couple weeks. So we'll keep an eye on it, and I will keep us updated. All right. Catch you on the next one.